All right, welcome back, yogis. Welcome to the next session on SAP UI5 and Fiori training. In the last session, we talked about list control, search, and navigation capabilities. So, by far in our session, we are able to now build an application which allows us to navigate to the next screen. So, as and when I select an item from the list control now, it's allowing us to navigate to the next screen in our detail page. Kind of a master detail functionality once again with the help of list control. And as we discussed also that this type of application in SAP UI5 is known as work list application. So a work list application is a special type of application in UI5 which allows us to navigate a drill down capability from a first screen to the next screen where the data is displayed from the first to the next and navigation is enabled. Now, in today's session, we will start with introduction of list modes. What is list mode and how does it help us to create an amazing list once again, adding some more features to the list itself. So list mode, let's start with the list modes and see what are the different modes available for the list in SAP UI5. So I'm just going to go back to our project. So here we see our list control once again. This is our list control definition. And now as part of this list control, we add the mode. The first mode comes is single select left mode. What does the single select left mode does? Let's come back and refresh the page and see what does it do. Just come back and refresh the page. Can anybody guess what happened when I move to single select left mode? What exactly as a result of that are you able to guess what happened when we did single select left mode in the application now? Yes, very good answer. We are able to get this radio button on the left side. Very good answer. So this is what we have achieved when we move to single select mode. So now it's possible to select a single record at a time, right? Only single record at a time. You see when I just select the radio button, it's kind of highlighting with a light blue color your list control. That's your single select left mode. So if you want to allow user to select one item at a time via the radio button, you can go with single select left mode. Now, similarly, instead of single select left mode, if I just move to the single select mode and I save this and come back and refresh, let me see who can observe what is the change now. Anyone, what do you think is the change when we move to single select mode instead of single select left mode now? Very good answer. The radio button which was on the left hand side now being moved to the right hand side. That is the change which has happened when we move to single select mode instead of single select left mode. Now user can do the selection, but it's also from the right hand side. So user can select one of the item once again, but only from the right hand side available radio button. Clear everyone? That's your single select mode. Now moving to the next type of mode, multi-select. Yeah. What is multi-select mode? Let's do multi-select mode and refresh and see what do we get. So when you refresh now, anyone, what do you see? What do you observe? Yes, very good. We have got a checkbox and now it's possible with the checkbox to select multiple items. Yes, very good. You can select multiple items. Very nice. And now suppose if my manager asks me, can you show me all these selected items? What are all the items which are selected? So let's say I select two right now. I select a strawberry and a lemon. So I press F12 and now I go to console. And now over here, we are just want to get the detail, the items which are selected, right? There are two items which are selected. So let me show you how we can do that. So right click, inspect, and first of all, get the object of list control. So what's the idea of list control? Go on top, 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 top. See where is the list control. And we should get the ID of the list control. First of all, that's very important for us. This is the ID. You see the view name, hyphen, hyphen, the control name, that's the ID here, which system has constructed as part of DOM ID. And now what I'll do is I will get the list control object first of all with SAP UI get core here to test it. We can't use this dot get view. This dot get view will only work within methods. It won't work normally in console. Only when you are within the method debugging, then only this dot get view will work. So here we have to use get core by ID and pass the complete ID which you got from the DOM. And now you can use olist dot check is a get API or not, get something like selected item or something. Is it there? Yes, you can see get selected items is there, and I think it's plural. You see items is plural, which means it's going to give you all the selected items, and press enter. Voila, you see you have got two objects which actually essentially indicating those two selections which you made, lemon and strawberry. So maybe I just want to get the first object, zeroth item, and I want to say get its title, and voila, you can see the lemon is the first object, and get me the second object with item of 1 and get its title, and you can see that's your second object. So this is how you can read information from the screen, what user does on the screen. If it's a multi-select mode, this is how you can read. You can get these items, loop over these items and perform certain activities if you wish to. You want to change this? What do you think? Anyone? I want to replace strawberry with, let's say, maybe I want to change strawberry with papaya. Anyone? What do I do? What do you think? Which API? Perfect answer, Santosh. Very good. If there's a getter method, there will be a setter method. Awesome. Awesome, guys. This is our Funda Fox. If there is a getter method, there is a setter method. If there is a property, there is a get property and set property API. Wow, what an answer, guys. And now I will put here papaya. Watch out, this strawberry over here, I'm replacing it with papaya, and voila, you see on the UI, this is been replaced with papaya. Awesome, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for that answer, Santosh. Set API, set title, instead of
Not
get,
so
you can
busy.
use it.
Good.
This is how you can play around with the APIs which we have in the system. Cool. Now, let's move on. And now what we're going to do is we will just go back. So that's a multi-select mode, how to read the data from a multi-select mode and how to also play around with the APIs available in UI5. Moving to the next type of mode called delete mode. What does the delete mode does? Watch out. Let me see if you can guess what does the delete mode does. I refresh. Anyone? Can you guess what happened when a delete mode has come? Anybody? What happened when delete mode have come? Yes, you have got this kind of button at the end of every item. Yeah, that's a delete mode does. Now, when I click on a deletion of this lemon, what do you think? Will it delete lemon? Anyone? Why it's not deleting lemon? I have added a delete item. Why it's not adding? Why it's not deleting this lemon? Anyone? What do you think? What do you think? Why it's not doing it? There is nothing called magic. भूल गए आप लोग भूल गए. I told you in the last class. I'm gonna ask you again and again this question. Your single standard generic answer. Your standard single generic answer. Your standard single generic answer is nothing like magic, right? Is nothing like magic. See here, guys. There is nothing like magic. Nothing like magic. Okay, there's nothing like magic happening here. You got to handle this event. Okay, what is the event handler? What is the event handler, guys? It's very easy. I can find that out for you. So I will say mode delete, and I'm gonna add here. Now let's say what is exactly the event probably would be. I don't know. We got to go to UI5 SDK. Let's go to UI5 SDK. Let's say UI5 SDK. Hey, UI5 SDK, please tell me what is the event available for my list control to allow deletion or support this delete mode, right? That's what I'm more interested into. So I go back, go to API reference, and I search for list base class, and there you go. You can see this is the list base class. And now possibly if you also would like to find where am I getting these modes from, I can also first show you where these modes are coming from. You can go to the properties and come down, and you would find something called mode. There you go. This is mode. Inside this mode, now when you go inside, you will find these modes. You see delete mode, multi-select mode, none, single select mode, single select left mode. This is all I'm teaching you, right? So I have got these from here. I have not imagined these modes myself. I have got it from SAP UI5. It's just that it's been such a long time working with these modes. I remember them. Yeah. So this is where I have got these modes from. So delete mode is right now we're using, right? So that's some mode property values we can choose. And now let's see if there is an event to support delete mode. So come to the method events and see anyone, can you guess which event would fire when I press on that delete mode delete button? Anybody? Can you guess? And probably your guess is right. Delete. Look at here. Fires when delete icon is pressed by user. Simple. What do you think is a parameter which will tell me which item was deleted? What do you think which is the parameter which is going to tell me which item was deleted? It's the list item parameter. Awesome, awesome. That's a parameter list. You see, there is only one parameter, list item parameter, which will tell you which item was deleted by user on the UI. There are multiple items. So this event handler, event object will tell me which item was deleted, a list item parameter. So let's go back and do the code up. So I'm going to come back and I will say here delete equals to on delete, and I will just go into the controller on delete and I'll say function and we're putting event curly braces, and now over here I will say var item to be deleted, and event, hey event, please tell me, get me the parameter please. Hey event, please tell me. Hey event, please tell me list item. Which is the item you planning to delete? Hey event, please tell me event. Which is the item user have clicked on delete? And now I'm gonna get the list control object. Oh, event dot get source. Because this is an event of list control. This will give me the list object. Get source will give me the list object. But remove item. I think that's an API, and in that I'm passing the object of the item to be removed, and we are done guys. Only 2 lines of code will do the magic for removal. Let's come back and test it. If my logic is correct, it's gonna work. It's gonna reward me with the result. If my logic is incorrect, it's not going to reward me with I want. All right, let's test this up. So which item you want me to delete? Come on guys, which item you want me to delete? Just tell me a name of the fruit over here on the UI which you want me to delete. Anyone, any guesses which one you want me to delete? Come on. Lemon. Let's click on lemon, and voila, there you go. The lemon is gone. Awesome, man. I want to delete is oranges. All right, mosambi. All right, apple. All right, banana. All right, grapes, mango, watermelon, papaya, pears, plums, tender coconut, avocado, pomegranate, blood orange, citron, lime, grapefruit, kiwi, pineapple. Deleted everything, guys. Wow, that's the logic, guys. Very simple. Just get the item which user has selected for deletion with the event object, get the object of the list control using get source API, and then call the remove item API of the list control, pass the object of the event, pass the object of the item which needs to be deleted inside this API. It does its magic. Cool, cool guys, cool. All right, so that's a delete mode. And now guys, you can see that the screen size is very big in a desktop application. We actually, when you select an item, that time we're going to the next screen. The size of the screen is pretty big. You are actually lavishly using your screen, right? So in this screen, if you see, this part of space is kind of getting wasted, right? Don't you think this space is wasted? On the screen, you're misusing the luxury of the desktop size of screen given to you. This complete area of the screen is wasted. You don't have anything inside this area. Are you guys clear? In this area, in this complete entire area, you really don't have anything which is interesting, right? Is this clear to everyone? We don't have anything interesting in this area. So don't you think we should do something about it? Yes, we should. We should leverage the luxury given by desktop screen. So what I want to do basically, rather than user to navigate every time back and forth, I want to adjust both my master and detail on a single screen. Right, so this is my master screen, this is my detail screen. I want to take leverage. I want to leverage my screen width given by desktop, on a single screen by adjusting both master and details side by side. The requirement is in current application we have something called list application, which is nothing but a work list application. Application is an application which has a list on the first screen, and on selection of an item it navigates to next screen. If we want to leverage the space of desktop screen, we can also make an another type of app called master detail application. What is a master detail application? In such an application, both the list and detail are added to same screen side by side. Okay, they both are added side by side, guys, which gives you great advantage. Okay, which gives you great advantage. So basically, I want my list to be displayed on the left side, and immediately next to my list, I want my detail screen to be displayed immediately on the left to it. So this is my master section, and this is my detail section, to display both the information side by side. Rather than navigating to every time next screen and going back and forth, let's display both the data on a same screen. So to achieve this, guys, to bring and position both of these things on a same screen, you need another type of container control. You remember the container control by far we are using is app container, and I'm going to use now another type of container control called split app. This is the container control we are going to use, split app. What does this do? The split app container control is gonna split down your entire screen into two parts automatically. And now you can say, hey, I want to place my master view on the left hand side. Oops, just say send it to back, please. And now I'm just gonna bring my master section, master view over here. And I'm gonna get my detail view, which is this one, in the details section of this split app. Yeah, that is what we will be doing. So instead of using app control, we are now going to use another type of control called split app. This split app control has aggregation called master section and detail section. In the master pages, we will add the master view. In detail pages, we will add the detail view. We will be adding both of these views over here. All right. So that's what we will be doing. And then it should display the data to me on the UI like that. All right, let's go back and see how this can be achieved. So I'm going to go back. So I will just come to here, and now I will go to view one. And now I will, instead of using in the app control, remember the app view where we added this app control? We are simply now going to change this to split app, guys. Watch out, this is very interesting. Hardly it takes 2 minutes to do that. So instead of app container control, which encapsulates only one item at a time, we are just going to add here this split app over here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to add a split app now. So instead of this app container control, which you see here, we will be adding a split app container control. Wow, guys, split app. Instead of app, we will be adding a split app now. So let's go and change that up. So you will also find the documentation of that control over here. Instead of app, you can now go to split app. So let's search for split app. There you go, split app. And now inside the split app, go to the parent control, which is splitter container. And you saw earlier it was nav container, and now it's splitter container. Splitter container, now if you go, you will find here aggregations, and you see detail pages aggregation. Multiple views can be added on detail side, and multiple views can be added on the left hand side, which is master section. So master pages and detail pages, that's your app control, split app control. So let's use that. instead of app control, I will use split app. Please, this is my split app. And guys, important thing to note now, this split app doesn't have a pages aggregation. Your app control had this pages aggregation. Split app has master pages and detail pages aggregation. So you got to go to app controller where you added these views. You see here you added pages. We should not do that. We should add master pages and add detail pages. Are you guys clear with this? Everyone? Are you guys clear with this API? Why am I adding master pages and detail pages? Why not just pages? Because split app controller, container control has detail pages aggregation and master pages aggregation. See here, detail pages and master pages. The old, which is
Anubhav,
your
could you please
just,
again once?
I will again repeat. See, app
Okay, thank
container control. Look at this app container control. What aggregation this app container control had? This app container control had an aggregation called pages aggregation. See, right? This has a pages aggregation. So this is why you use add page method. If you see the methods, you will find an add page method. Right, guys? Is this clear? The old way? Is this old way clear to everyone right now? Is this old way clear to everyone? Why we use add page method earlier? Because it has pages aggregation, and there is something called add page API, add page method to add the pages, add the views inside the app with that technique. Now we are not using app, we are using split app. In the split app, if you look at the methods, you will find in the, okay, go to its parent class, you will find here the aggregation which we use is master pages aggregation and detail pages aggregation. See, aggregations are different here because this is going to divide your screen into two parts. Left side part is your master part, right side part is your detail part. Okay, so go to picture again. You can see this is your split app. This split app is now divided into two parts. Left hand side part is your master part, master pages, and right hand side part is your detail pages. Okay, that's your detail pages. So these are the two aggregations of your split app. Now on the left side and right side, you got to add it differently. Look at the methods. There's no add page method. I said there is a add page. It will going to add it by default in master section. But you see here, add master page and add detail page. Explicitly, you have to specify in which side you want to add your view, on master side or on the detail side. That's exactly I've done in the code. I've gone to the code and I say add master page. Please put view 1 on the master side. Please put view 2 on the detail side. Is this clear everyone now? That when you're using the app, split app container control, you got to add, imagine the screen is divided into two parts, left side and right side. And left side you have to add one view, right side you have to add another view. Earlier both the views are in a single app container you were navigating, but now both of them are differently placed. All right, let's save this, come back and watch out the magic, guys. Refresh the screen and see, boom, there you go. You can see an amazing application with the master details. So on the left side you see a master, on the detail side you would ideally should see a detail page, but it's not coming. Reason is you have now get parent issue. Whenever you select an item, on the first view you are navigating to the detail page, right? On item press we were doing, if we were getting the selected item, its path getting the view object. See the view object, this is a problem now. Is the second view part of pages aggregation? Is your second view part of pages aggregation? Is your second view? No, its second view is part of detail page aggregation. So you have to say detail pages. Get detail pages of 0. Please get me the object. I am getting a second view object. How do I get it now? My current view dot get parent will take me to the master section. Dot get parent again take me to the split app container, and that split app has now a detail page aggregation. Inside that first view, which is only one view is there, which is my view 2. That's how I obtain now object of view 2. Okay, that's how I obtain the view. To see in detail page aggregation, there may be multiple views. Okay, your detail pages aggregation, on the right side you may have multiple views, guys. Okay, multiple views on the right side. Yeah, I am saying please give me the first view, 0th item. Okay, zeroth item, like last time you were doing get pages of one, you were getting the second view as item one, and now on the right side there are multiple views which is possible. Get detail pages, get me all the detail pages which are there on right side. Get me the first detail page which is view 2. In this case I will get that view 2 object, and then I am doing binding properly. Okay, and then I'll say on next. When you want to navigate, let's check it out. App.to detail, to say to detail, please navigate to detail page which is view 2. That's what I'm doing. Let's come back, refresh the page up, and watch out what happens. Let me select. Voila, there you go. What an amazing application, guys. You have got successfully created your master detail application. Guys, why am I doing get parent two times? Let me explain once again in pictorial way. Let me explain once again in pictorial way how this is designed. You need to understand the design first. Let's write down this split app. This is your whole split app. So what do you have in split app, guys? What do you have inside split app? Who will tell me? Okay, let me see who asked this question. Let me ask that guy only. Shrikant, unmute your line. What do you have inside split app now? Shrikant, unmute your line. What do you have inside split app?
We will contain the two views within a single screen.
No, in split app you don't have the view right now. What is that split app has? What aggregation it has?
It
What
has two aggregations.
it has? A master pages aggregation, right?
Yes, and detail
So,
page aggregation.
and detail page aggregation. So this is the first level which you see inside this split up. So you have master page aggregation and you have detail page aggregation, right? Now inside master page aggregation, what did we do? What did we do inside master page aggregation? What did we do? What did we do
We get
inside
all the
master?
information of master.
We have added a view, add a page inside, add a view inside master page aggregation, right? Inside the master page, inside this you have a view now, right? Inside this guy you have a view. Here you have your view 1. Is this clear to you, Shrikant? Is this clear to everybody and Shrikant, including Shrikant? Is this clear, guys? The level of adding the view. And now similarly we've also added our view to inside detail page. We've also added our view to inside detail page here. Is this clear, Shrikant, to you? Shrikant, is
Yes,
this
Anubhav.
Is this clear? Now, watch out, watch out. If I want to go from view 1 to view 2, guys, remember the, the example of two brothers? One brother cannot talk to another brother directly. What do we have to do? What do we have to do? What do we have to do if
We have to
one
go
brother
via parents.
go via parents? So who is the parent of the view 1? It is master pages aggregation is the parent. And then who is the parent of master pages aggregation? It is split app. Then that split have the detail page which is view 2. So is just enough to go to view 1 dot get parent. Will the view 1 dot get parent giving you, is the view 1 dot get parent giving you the split app object directly?
No,
Is it direct children of split app? Earlier in last example, you had app control, which was directly adding pages. So early in last example, both pages were directly added inside app. So just one get parent was sufficient to get the app object. Now here it's a double aggregation. It's double. It's a sandwich, guys. It's a multi-layer cheese sandwich. You have different layers. It's a cheeseburger with multi-layered. You have lettuce inside. You have paneer inside. You have aloo tikki inside. You have a layer of mayonnaise, you have a layer of cheese, you have sausages inside, you have whatsoever butter inside, and then on top buns is there. So this is how it's a multi-layer sandwich. Now you want to go there, you cannot go directly with get parent. You have to say first get me the parent of view 1, which is master page aggregation. Again do a get parent, get me the split app, and now from split app you can say get me a detail page. This detail section can have multiple views, and that's why I am saying give me the first view which you have inside you, which is zeroth item, and that's how I'm able to reach. Now let me go back to code and show you what I've done. I've done exactly the same. To reach to the view 2, we said, hey, get me the view, get its parent. What does this will do, Shrikant? Anyone? Shrikant, what does this will do? Where will it reach? First get parent will reach you where?
It will get the first parent of a master.
It will get you first parent of master. What is it?
Master pages.
What is master pages aggregation? Now on top of master pages, if I do get parent again, what it will give me? What is the parent of master pages? What is the parent of
Split tab.
split app?
The
Now you
name.
reach to split app. Now in the split app, I am saying get me the detail pages, right? We getting the detail pages, all the pages. Let's imagine there are multiple views here. Okay, you may have multiple views inside the detail page. Now which view I want? The view 2 I want, which was added initially with view 1. That's one I want. So I will say zeroth item. This is zeroth item. This first item. I can add also multiple views. I can show you that adding. I'll give you that exercise to you and I'll ask you guys to actually navigate. Then so like this you can have. So now I'm saying give me the zeroth item of detail page, which will give me the view 2. And now once I got the view 2, I'm doing the binding with view 2 to display the data on the screen. And when you're doing on next, go to the next screen. In the next screen also you're doing the same thing. You are saying, hey, please go to the view and then get me the app object. Here we should ideally also do dot get parent again. That's a recommended practice. That gives you the app object, split app object, and in this split app object I'm saying, hey, please go to the detail page and display me the detail view. That's what we are doing. Let's come back and now experience how does it work. Amazing master detail application, guys. In just 20 minutes, just 20 minutes we are able to build an amazing master detail application. Is that clear, everybody? Are you guys clear how to build a master detail application? Okay. Now let me switch to a single select mode. I will
I
go
have a,
back.
I have a,
Please.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, there is a one master page detail. There is maybe there is more than one detail page also in we can attach in master page. Is this possible?
You can attach both sides. You can add more master pages also. You
No,
can
no,
add
no.
more pages also.
Only one master page, and I want to more 2 or 3 views in with master page. Suppose if you are
Yes,
selecting
yes,
one
I
object,
got it.
it's
So let me take an example, guys, with this question. So let's say my requirement is when we start application on detail page, we should see an empty view. When user select an item, then only we want to display items view. Is this a valid requirement?
yes.
Now here on the right side, when you're starting the app right now, see what is happening when you're starting the app. It's showing the detail page which is by default added. You can imagine with the back button which you added to the view 2, it's actually showing the view 2 actually, which we don't want. We want to display an empty page. So I'm going to add an empty page quickly. So it's very easy, very easy. Just come back here, right click on the web app, click on new, add an empty page. I'm going to add a view, actually an empty view I'm going to add. So I say add a new UI5 view for me. Name it as empty. Please name it as empty. And I say next, finish. I have added an empty view. Yeah, look at this view, empty view. In this view, I will go and add some content. Let me add a content inside this empty view. I'm going to name this as empty view as a title. And I will add a content. Please select an item. I just add a text. Okay, that's my empty view. I have added an empty view on the now this empty view should be displayed by default. Okay, when your app starts, this is what should be displayed on the right side. No problem. Come to the app controller, instantiate the empty view object. I have created the object of empty view, and now I'm adding that empty view in the details section. And on the details section, on top of it, I'm also adding a view 2 also. Are you guys clear? I have added 2 views now on details section. Okay. I have added two views in detail section. First one is empty view. Second view is view 2. Is this clear to everybody? I have added now multiple views on the right side. I have added like two views now on the right side in detail pages aggregation. There are two views. First view is empty view and the second view is my view 2. Is this clear to everybody? Is this clear? By default, what do you think? Which view will display? When my screen starts, which view will display by default? Zeroth item will display by default. Empty view will display because that one is added first time. Okay. Firstly, add empty view, which is zeroth item, guys. And then secondly, we are adding the main view, which is first item, the second view. That is second item. Yeah. This is how we have added. And now let's go and run the app. Let's go and run the app, refresh, and now you will see an empty view is displayed. Is this clear, everybody? Till here, are you all clear? Are you all clear here? All clear? Yeah, all clear. All clear? Yeah, all clear. Anyone? All clear or all negative clear? Okay. So once upon a time, I tell you one example. In my previous batch, there was a student named Deepak. Okay, I gave this Fundafox to everybody. There is nothing like magic. Okay, this is the Fundafox I given in one of the class. And after 5-6 classes, I was demonstrating something. I created a nice screen, theory screen. I demonstrated something. And then I asked guys, what is the Fundafox I gave you after 4 classes back? Deepak says everything is magic. Okay. Instead of saying that there is nothing like magic, Deepak says everything is magic. What does it mean? Which means Deepak did not understood anything. For him, everything is magic happening. He don't get anything out of it. For him, everything magic happening for him. He don't understand anything. Everything is magic. This is what Deepak says to me. Anubhav, everything is magic. Oh, that's what happens, guys. When I give you Fundafox, you need to understand what does it mean. For you, is everything is a magic or not, there is nothing like magic. This is how I judge you. For you, is everything is a magic? Then there is some problem, which means you're not able to understand something happening for you. It's magic happening. If you are able to understand, then for you, there is nothing like magic. You understand what piece is connecting with what and what is bringing what on the screen. So here, it's not magic. It is what we are doing. We have added an empty view, and that's the reason you see nothing like magic. You've got an empty view now. But now, guys, when I select an item, I want to display that detail view. It's coming up, but it's not loading the data. The reason being now, because you've got two views inside the details section, zeroth and first item. So now I have to go back and change my index where I've coded for selection. So go here and you remember where we coded. We should now point to the detail page. In the detail section, how many views we have now? In detail pages aggregation, how many views we have now? We have two views. So what will be the index of your second view where the content should be displayed? It is view of 1. Is this clear now, guys? Is this clear to everybody? Those who are asking also this question of zeroth item with this example, is this clear? How the data will be displayed with the second view now? Let's come back, refresh, and now you can see when I select, so initially the default view comes up, and now you select and voila, your data comes up now. Now tell me, is everything magic for you? Is everything magic for you guys? Is it a magic happening for you or is nothing like a magic? Nothing magic. It's not a magic. Are you guys clear if everything happening magic or not magic? All right. Let's move on now. Now guys, look at here. This arrow we don't need, you know, arrow we don't need. It looks dirty. Yeah, it looks very, very dirty. We don't need this arrow. So we can remove this arrow nicely. How can we remove this arrow? So let's go and do that. So we had, you remember we had something called navigation option chosen. We will remove that navigation option now from items. So I'm going to go back. Where are we adding item? We are adding, I guess, in view 1 on init. Yes, here we are adding. And you see we have added a type navigation. Let's comment it out. I commented it out. So the type navigation, I've commented it out, save this up. Now what will happen? This arrow goes away. Refresh. Arrow goes away, you see arrow is gone. But now see, with the arrow gone, my selection also gone. Correct, guys? With that arrow gone, I can't now select an item because the selection mode itself is not there. So just now I taught you the selection mode, single select left and single select mode, with which you can select an item. Let's go and switch to the selection mode now. I go to the new one. And now I'll change the mode to single select mode. And I come back and refresh. Now you should be able to select an item. See, I'm able to make a selection. But the data is again not displaying on the right side, guys. Why the data is not coming? There is nothing like magic. Now, guys, we are coming out of item selection mode. The event name was item select, which is not supporting anymore. This was item press event, which triggers when navigation was enabled. The event is not correct now. The correct event name is selection change event. This is the event which gets triggered when you do selection via the modes, okay? And use the same event handler. You don't have to recode everything. You just use the same event handler name. But event name is selection change event, which triggers when you go with selection at the least level. Selection mode at the least level. This is what triggers. This triggers when you go selection at item level, item press event. When you enable navigation at item level, that time this triggers. But if you go with selection modes, then the event which triggers is selection change event. Let's come back, refresh, and now it behaves absolutely same. Select an item and voila, it's now loading your items. Are you guys clear how to enable selection mode and remove that arrow symbol which looks dirty in a master detail application to avoid the confusion, and move to the more appropriate approach with selection mode, and then via selection mode use the right event to display the data. Okay, now you want me to comment out this piece of code? I cannot do, I think, in XML view here. That's not possible because it's already inside of a tag. We cannot comment it out. And I don't want to remove this so that you don't forget this. Okay. So even you remove it, it will work. Yeah. Of course, that's the idea. You remove it, it will work. I cannot comment out the code because it's inside the tag. There's no feature to comment out a code which is inside a tag. Okay. But don't worry about it. It's not in action right now. Now, guys, another disadvantage of this approach. Look at in mobile device. Do you think in mobile device user will be conveniently able to select this radio button precisely with his finger? Because in mobile this radio button looks very tiny. And you see, I click on apple, I click on alkaline, I click on banana, I click on 40, I click on kilogram. It nowhere selects an item. Precisely user has to click on this radio button to select an item, right? User has to precisely click on radio button to select an item. And in mobile screen, this looks very small, very, very small. What do you think will be the problem? User get not that user experience. User experience is compromised, right? Are you guys clear? In mobile, this radio button looks so tiny because of this user experience is compromised. Are you guys clear with the challenge here? In mobile, the small 3 inches LG mobile, this radio button will look so tiny, the user experience will compromise because user has to now find this small tiny radio button to select an item. This is why SAP introduced another mode. That mode is called master select mode. Okay. What does a master select mode does? It removes the radio button. You click anywhere on your item. Okay. Whether you click on image, you click on lemon, 43, 50, whatever you click, doesn't matter. Okay. That is the mode. You click anywhere on your item. No radio button is required. It will do the selection of item. I think the mode name is master select mode. Let me just check. I forgot the name of the mode. So let me just go back to the list base class. I think a single select master mode. Yeah, single select master. Yes, yeah, that's the one. Let me try single select master mode. And let's come back to the UI and refresh. So now you will observe, guys, whenever you select an item, voila, there you go. It doesn't matter where you click. Anywhere on the item you click, it is going to display on the right side your data. This is how SAP build their apps. You might have seen this kind of apps. That's how they build it. Congratulations, guys. You have successfully achieved your first productive Fiori application, guys. Slowly, steadily, by learning each concept step by step, models, bindings, everything, we have successfully achieved today our first productive master application for fruits. Search for a fruit. Now on the top, you can search, of course, I want to search papaya, and I can select an item and I can display the data on the right side. What an amazing Fiori app, guys. Are you guys clear? So now guys, there is an exercise. On click of this back button, I want to go to empty view. I want to go to empty view on click of this back button. That's my requirement. Right now it's not working. That's an exercise for all of you. Let's see who all can complete that exercise. On click of back button, system should take this empty view. Let's see कौन crack करके लाएगा ये. Any other questions before we close today's class? Anyone? Any questions before we close today's class? And now guys, one very last important feature I want to demonstrate. Watch out the power of master detail application. Watch out the power of it. If you are on a desktop, you see this is how it looks because you have luxury of space. When you switch to mobile, press F12 and switch your computer to a mobile device. You can see in the Chrome there is a nice feature called toggle device toolbar. You see this button over here. This will turn your computer to a mobile device. Voila, that's your mobile now. And now you can choose the device type. I say I want to test it in iPhone 5. Just go to iPhone 5 and now you see this nice button here. You click on that button and you see this list item comes up. It automatically adapts the screen because in mobile it's understanding you're running in mobile, and in mobile you don't have luxury of space, so it behaves like a work list application. You select a papaya, you select an item, and now it will display you the details of that particular item. Okay, so right now it's some problem. I'm not sure why it's not navigating to me to the detail screen. There's some problem, but ideally what will happen when you, okay, let me reload the app in mobile itself now. Initially first it will display you the master section, okay, and when you select, you see it goes to the details section. What an amazing stuff, guys. That's the beauty. So system is adapting the screen automatically based on device. That is the power of master detail application in mobile phones where you don't have luxury of space. Okay, where you don't have luxury of space, system automatically adapts your screen. System automatically displays first this the left side section as a list control. You select an item, it takes you to the details screen. That is the beauty, guys. That's the feature of master detail app. In desktop, however, you have luxury of space. The moment you switch to the desktop mode, you would see both the master detail will be displayed side by side. Because you have luxury of space, it can display both the screens on a same place, same palette, because palette space is bigger here. There in mobile, palette space is smaller, so system doesn't display this automatically to us. Is that clear to everybody? Are you all clear how master detail behaves differently in different devices automatically? That's all automatic, guys. That's the benefit of using Fiori. That is the benefit of using Fiori as compared to any other technology. If you have to do all this in HTML, what लग जाएगा तुम लोगों का HTML में करने के लिए? If you go to HTML, it will be so difficult to achieve this feature, which is coming inbuilt by SAP Fiori. Yeah. Is that clear? The benefit of master detail application, guys? It automatically adapts itself based on the devices which you use. Time for questions. Let me read the questions quickly. There are so many questions. One second. Let me read the questions first, guys. Anubhav, we have a question, please. Anubhav, your Fiori app, all of them work in my local personal cloud edition. Some of them does work in WebIDE free trial. Same does not work in WebIDE free trial. Let's give a try why they are not working in free trial. Reason being very simple. It's your bootstrap. It's your bootstrap. Because of that, they are not working in free trial. Let me show you. I will go to my WebIDE full stack. So let me switch to my WebIDE full stack, download and upload the application over there. The reason is we have recently switched to new app JSON. You remember this new app I've added. So this new app entry path is added as per the local WebIDE. You got to either change your new app or change your index HTML. Here you should avoid using the local reference from WebIDE. Use the cloud CDN reference for WebIDE. SAP UI5 framework, it will work. Okay. So use here reference from CDN, the UI5 SDK, it will work in your web IDE. Okay, because this new app is designed as per the local web IDE, not for the cloud web IDE. If you want to make it work in the cloud web IDE, this new app either has to be changed or your path in index.html has to be from CDN. This is the reason they are not working in Cloud SDK. Let me export this up and show you, make it working there. You have to look at the console, guys. Console is your best friend. You got to look at the console. Without looking at console, if you simply go, it will be so difficult going forward. Okay, it will be so difficult. Let me log in. Just give me a second. I'm logging in. Logging into my cloud account. Just give me a sec. Just give me a second, guys. Logging into my cloud account. I think I forgot my password. Ah, yes, I remember now. So I'm just connecting to my WebID full stack now. You will see now my screen. It's connecting to my WebIDE full stack in SAP Cloud Platform. And I will now deploy the same application and run it in as it is, the way it is currently. It won't work. Reason being so simple. It will say SAP not defined because it can't find the bootstrap. It can't load the UI5 framework from the bootstrap anymore. That would be the reason it will not work. All right, let's come here. So I will just go here, right click on the Anubhav's new and I'll say import project from SAP Cloud Platform. Sorry, I'm so sorry. We call import, right click, say import file or project. Just browse this up to my local computer. Just going to go to my local computer downloads folder and I'm going to pick up the file which I have uploaded over there. Click on extract my archive and there you go. My app is in the SAP Cloud Platform now in WebID full stack. Run this app and of course it will not run as natural because the reason being it cannot find now UI5 framework. Okay, just press F12 and you would see that SAP is not defined. Guys, blindly if SAP is not defined error comes to console, you immediately should assume it's something with bootstrap. Okay, something with bootstrap, guys. You will see something with bootstrap and you see as expected. Okay, spiderman.component could not be found. You see there is some error is coming. That's because of return statement. I guess we do have a problem with return statement that I think I missed it in one of the class. And let's come back, refresh, and let's see what happens. I think it's an old project. It doesn't have new app JSON, guys. What is the where am I referencing? Okay, it's working also for me. Now you have to go and check, Vaishali, what is there. It's giving you in console, and I'm sure it's giving you in console as SAP not defined. So you might have either missed this new app, Vaishali, or your project structure may be incorrect. For me, it's working fine. You can see, but just try this thing. Go to index.html, this path which you have right now from local web ID or the web ID itself, change it to CDN. It's going to work for sure. Okay, that could be the reason. Send me the screenshot and send me the screenshot of console in case if it doesn't work. Okay, this is the culprit. If SAP is not defined, then this is the reason. Okay, all right. Now next question. Yes, please.
Yeah, this latest PPTs and the project I'm not able to see in sites.google.
You don't have to go to sites.google.com. You have to go to our site. Let me just show you.
The last.
Just go there. And it must be there for sure. I think yesterday I've uploaded.
First update is 6th only. Yeah.
It's here, see? But it's, I
Yes,
think, updated. I will up to date
yes,
it.
yes.
Today. I will update it today for sure. Okay.
Okay, that including a project also.
Yes,
Today's
project is anyway. I'm putting it here always. You can see the
yeah.
it's always coming to.
No, project is also not there.
Not coming.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it will come. All right.
Yeah, okay. Thank
Hello,
you.
Anubhav.
Yes, please.
Hello. Can I return suppose if we declare a function and can we return can we write like 2 times return? Suppose we have created two objects for two different object, and can we return in the same function? Like we can returning like return object O view and object return object
It
O1,
depends.
something
It
like that.
depends where are you using that function. So some places
Suppose we are
can
getting
return. Some places we can
two
return.
object for a. Mhm.
Yeah, some places we can return. Some places we cannot. Like for example, controllers. As we have seen that in the controller method, we can only in the view method we can only return one controller name. We cannot return multiple controller name. But yes, in return methods you can return multiple objects also. It is possible.
So that we can return by array or simply just with comma we can separate to
No, we
return.
need to use array, and within the array we need to separate them via comma.
Okay, and then we can call by array.
Yes. And there's a question, can we have side by side both delete and select single mode? No, that's not allowed, GK. We cannot do that. We have to use both of them, either of them at a time. You cannot use delete mode with select single mode together. That's not allowed. Okay. There's a question, okay, instead of fruits, I built a resource plan app with our team resource, but now the data is from JSON. Now I want to load data directly from Microsoft Outlook so I can resource management tool. So there is a requirement here. Vaishali is saying she has built using our application sample. Instead of fruits JSON, she has replaced the data in her company with, instead of fruits data, she has put hard coded data for resources, okay, for her learning. And now she's saying is this is right now hard coded. She want to get this data from Outlook. So Vishali, just I would again emphasize, like I did in the last class, there is this possibility called Ajax call. There was someone asked this question in the back that Anubhav, can we get data from some web service? It is possible if Outlook or Lotus Note, whichever you're using in your company, exposes a web service. Usually the web service you have a URL HTTP, your company domain name, port number, slash some service slash Outlook slash Microsoft slash something demo dot svc, something like this. The service will be there. You can take this URL and you can make a dollar Ajax call, dollar dot get. This is an Ajax call, and you can pass the URL over here, comma curly braces and success fallback function. And in this you will receive your result. Okay, like this you can make an Ajax call, and this is how you can receive the data. And then in this data, whatever data you've got, you access your JSON model object dot set data you do, and then you set this data which has come from the web service. Make sure the format does match. Make sure the service is returning you JSON data only, because then only JSON data can encapsulate this data coming out. If it is not in the JSON format, you have to probably convert it to the right format to fit it. So this is the hint for you. I will not be able to give you exact code, but $.get is the Ajax call which you can make. There are lots of examples on internet to make a Ajax call to call a web service directly. Okay, this is how you can make web service call. Also important to note, sometimes the web services are also bound to authentication. So this is a web service which right now doesn't need any authentication. Just in case your web service also need an authentication, you have to also pass header information. Okay, you have to pass header information like this, and inside this header information, which is a JSON object, you have to pass dot authorization, because it has to authenticate who you are. Otherwise this service won't give you the data. And in this authentication you have to pass your company user ID, just say Vaishali sap at the rate of or whatever sap.com, whatever your ID, and then your Outlook password, whatever your Outlook password. This is a security breach, but just for testing purpose you can try that. Okay. And you can pass this password and whatever you have, and then pass this authorization header into this get call, so that it gets authenticated, and then accordingly it does. For SAML based authentication, there is a different authorization mechanism. For that, you have to first send a call to your IDP. Okay. IDP stands for identity provider, and in this you have to pass your authentication credentials to IDP. This IDP then returns a JWT token, JWT token. It's called JSON Web Token. This token is what you get, authorization token. That token you need to inject inside your header and then make a call. In this, you have to pass this token, and this token you have to now pass it over here, and this is how you're gonna receive this information. Okay, just to guys, now this is the flow for handling the the REST API, or the SAML based authentication with any identity provider. It's again a security DevOps topic. I will not be able to cover it over here, but this is actually, I've done this in Google. Okay, just to show you a great example, guys. As I was telling you in the past, we are actually building a software for our organization, and here it's completely based out of a lot of features like Google integration and machine learning. So in this what we have done, we have now created a complete software where I can go and create a student subscription directly. So now it's completely machine learning based, and automatic thing. Yeah, so what happens here, now I just go and log in into my software. This is what my students have built along with me. And now whenever you guys are sending me a course subscription, so what is happening here is, you guys are doing subscription. So let's say someone buys a course, so I will just go to customers, and I will just do an F4 help in customers and search for a customer who has taken a course. Yeah, I will pick up the email ID of the student who has taken the course, and I will now choose the batch, which batch he has taken the course. And I will maybe choose, let's say he has taken the course in ABAP on HANA batch 6. Yeah, and now he's taken a live mode course, and he has made a payment on some account, some amount. And now I click on save button, and now you see the record has been created over here below for the student. And now guys, watch out, to give him an access, we don't have to now go to Google sites or Amazon or video access. It's all automatic. I select the record and I click on this button. Now it takes me to the Google website for authentication directly. Okay, so now it is going to take me to Google authentication website of Google authentication actually, and there it authenticates me with the Google directly, guys. Yes, it directly authenticates me with the Google. Yeah, that's what the benefit of this approach. Yeah, so and after that I will just authenticate with the Google. So you can see I will not show that authentication, but you see it has taken me to google.com. I have given my password of Anubhav user account, and authentication is successful, and now this user has automatically gotten access. And watch out, watch out, I will just say send email, and now it's asking my password. I will not expose the password here. I'll just pause the screen again. I will give my password, and now it automatically generates and it looks like done, and it automatically triggers an email from this account, and this email goes to that email of the student. Actually, it triggers an automatic email to the student, and the student receives this email with the subscription detail that Anubhav has given you the course access already. So let me log in with that demo account which we have, which has subscribed for the course. Just logging in. We have given a course access to Deepak, and I will just log in into the Deepak's account now. So let me just log into Deepak's account. You see, guys, I'm logging into the Deepak's account now. So I'm loading the Gmail of Deepak, and you see Deepak has received a new email. Welcome on board ABAP on HANA training subscription. You see 8:87 a.m. Right now it's 8:08 a.m. This is a new email which is triggered automatically. Yeah. And I go inside the email, and you can see complete information about, hello Deepak, dear Deepak. All this email is constructed automatically, and this is an integration we have done with Google from this Fiori application which we had built. And this, there is no ABAP here. We are using complete Node.js to build this application. We are storing all the information of all the students here.
Very nice, Anubhav. Thank you.
It was built by my students.
Wow, nice.
Complete
Thanks, Anubhav.
integration is being done. You see, this email is auto-generated now. We don't generate, and we are also integrated now with bank API. So whenever a payment hit our bank account, bank API event gets triggered, and with that, this entry gets created automatically in the software, and email is also sent automatically. Zero manual intervention. Zero manual intervention, completely based on bank API, machine learning, event driven, JavaScript, Node.js, MongoDB, and no ABAP stack here. Gmail integration, lots of integrations in place, and all the data is getting stored in the cloud in something called MongoDB. Have you heard about MongoDB? It's called NoSQLDB. MongoDB is a database as a service offered in cloud. You can use this database as a service to store the data in the database, and they are giving 500 megabytes of data free to in the cloud, and you can build a complete Fury app on top of MongoDB. It's going to store this data in the cloud. So my team, they wherever I can be anywhere in the world, and on my mobile device I can open and see how many subscriptions of students have happened today, how many inquiries have come for students today. All of that I can have that information on my hand. Complete authentication screen also. There is no launchpad here. We have also built this authentication screen ourselves. So you see this nice login screen. We had designed this custom login screen for our software, and complete software is deployed into something called Ocean Cloud. It's a cloud platform again, and they just take $5 a month for deployment of an application. We are using Docker concept for DevOps. We are using channeling. We are using a lot of different things here to build up these things. Yeah. This is the kind of products you can design. The front end here is used as a Fury. Back end is Node.js, Loopback framework, Node data framework with Express engine, and a lot of Google Map integration, Google API Drive integration, Google Site integration, all the Google Gmail integration, sending the Gmail via Node.js. All these things have been done in this project. Yeah. And we're using MongoDB to store the data in the cloud. All the data is available in the cloud in MongoDB. Yeah. Have you seen that nice video about MongoDB recently? They published. Maybe your database needs upgrade tonight. Have you seen that video, guys? What an amazing video. MongoDB video. Search for this. You will love it. MongoDB music. MongoDB music database. Yeah. So you can see this video. An amazing video they have published. That's an amazing video, guys. So this is what I'll just give you the link. Watch this video. MongoDB is now replacing most of the databases in the cloud, because in Amazon or in Google Cloud Platform, a lot of people are using MongoDB. It's very lightweight, and it does an automatic upgrades in the cloud. Cloud is future, guys. You got to learn these technologies to get cloud ready. Industry is moving to cloud. SAP already announced they are the cloud company. Almost every company moving to cloud, guys. There is no way you can go to conventional applications. ABAPers, be aware your career is going to come to an end. If you are just sticking to ABAP, you will not even know when you are out of market. A lot of people come to me, Anubhav, it's very difficult situation in my company. I'm working on ABAP since last 12 years, and now technology is kind of changing. It's very difficult to survive. My manager is pinching me every day to move to UI5. I'm not able to do that. Because of that, he's demoting me every year consecutively, and it's very difficult. I'm scared of losing my job. Guys, why are you scared? You got to learn the right things. Where are you? You got to learn the right things. I'm giving you already the guidance. You got to get into it. Otherwise, it's your career. It's your career. It's going to come to an end. It will come to an end. Now, with that, an exercise for all of you. What do you need to do when you start your application? Can we have Apple Fruit as a default? Yes, that's what I'm giving it as an exercise. When your application starts, what I want by default, the first product should be selected automatically. That's an exercise. Okay. What is an exercise? There are two exercises. First is this one. When the app starts, by default, the first product should be displayed and selected. Let's see who all can do it. Yeah. Let's see. Guys, you're open to use Google for these exercises. It's your choice. Use any book, any Google, anything you can choose, but get me the result. Get me the result. With that, it's a wrap on today's class. See you tomorrow at the same time. Have a nice day.